Alrighty, we are live. Hey everyone, welcome into the studio. Let's see.
Means so much to me.
Alrighty. Hey Marshalline.
Hey,
Hi Natalie.
Hi there.
Hello everyone out there. I hope everybody's having a great day out there today. How was y'all days, ladies?
beautiful.
Lovely. I enjoyed the weather, everything. Lovely.
That's good. That's good. That's good.
Professional chefs. Now you're just one
I
cookie
had a great day besides my Wi-Fi.
away.
Well, I think something's going on with that. I had an issue with mine for the last day and a half.
I know my affinity act up today.
That's the motivation you bring
Yeah,
to
this AT&T has been acting up for the last 2 days. So I'm on my phone today because my Wi-Fi is just not doing what it needs to do. So I can't really use my computer. I hear background noise. Somebody got TV on. Marsha, you got the TV on?
Yeah. Here we go. It's going down.
Okay. All righty. I was trying to see would anybody else enter the studio. I only see one person on there so far. When you come in, everybody, please like. Enter the studio. I only see one person on there so far. Hold on. I don't know why. When you come in, everybody, please like. Enter the studio. I only see one person on there so far. Can y'all hear that?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Come in, everybody, please like.
It's like you're
Echo.
echoing. Yeah. It's
Okay.
Dougie Fresh.
Yeah, I don't know. I just had to close the computer down all the way. I was even on YouTube. I don't know what happened. But hey, Shannon. Shannon said hello, everybody. If you could see her,
I
I'm not sure.
can. It's tell her hi. My
She can
picture.
hear. She can hear you.
Oh, oh,
Okay. Happy Thursday. Happy Thursday. What it do, good people?
girl, we just let's come on Friday. You got
I
big plans
know.
for the weekend?
No, Saturday. I think we're gonna go to the comedy show to see Cheryl Underwood.
Mm.
Down at the helium.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I done got my mother coming out with me, so
What?
Uh-oh.
Uh-uh.
Uh-oh,
yeah,
big dick.
yeah. So we're gonna go see her, and that's all I got to do Saturday. I got a Mother's Day brunch earlier that day for
Mm.
church, so that's it. I ain't really got no plans. That's
Oh,
it.
okay.
Well, Riri's graduate. No, prom is Saturday. So her
Okay,
send off is over here Saturday.
okay. And
Mm.
what school she go to?
Brownsburg.
Oh, Brownsburg. So, okay.
Mm.
And where they having their prom at?
Somewhere downtown.
Okay,
Mm-hmm.
that'll be cute. That'll be cute. Can't wait to see some pictures. I know y'all gonna post them.
Yeah. Did you see my grandkids last week?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Just love to see everybody in their little prom dresses and stuff.
Your daughter was beautiful.
Yep. She felt like she was too. She
Mm,
was. She was very beautiful.
she was.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yep.
Make me wish I had went to my prom. Oh well.
With who?
Hey, I'm so cool. I could have rocked it by myself, baby.
Dangerous.
But back then people did go with dates. It's just this new day and age.
I know it. I know it.
They go by themselves or with their friends and not Just
Girl, you know, I
little
would have
thing.
picked the fine. Back then, I would have had that fine yellow boy. Hey.
Mm-hmm.
Stop it before you get put out.
Okay, okay. You're right. You're right. You're right. You're right.
Calm down.
Okay.
Okay, everybody, when you come in, please hit the like button. Please hit the like button when you come in. So we
Thank you.
got a few topics to talk about today. Maybe like a little four. I know Marsha might not join us the whole night, but we're gonna try to get through it so she can.
Mhm.
Um, I'm not echoing, am I? I
No.
think it's
No.
just my little box that's making noise. Okay. I think it's just this making some noise. And y'all can hear me okay?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Alrighty, so we just got some topics to talk about. The melting pot. So I just thought of a few things that we could sit up there and discuss today, especially with the new age parents that we got going on here. Um, Basically about spoiling our kids. So I guess spoiling our kids and being parents being friends with their children. So this basically is going to um coincide with each other. But first we're going to talk about spoiling kids. I know Natalie mentioned this one before about especially younger kids when it comes to daycare or having someone watch your children as they are younger and spoiling them. Hey Eric, how are you doing today? Everybody, Lifestyles with Eric is on here tonight.
All right.
All righty, Mr. E.
Can y'all hear me?
Yeah.
Yes.
Hey, Eric.
Hey, Mr. E.
I was just making sure my phone didn't freeze up again. So this Wi-Fi just acting up. Okay, so spoiling our kids when it comes to daycare and watching having someone watch your kids as young. I think that when you first have children, especially your first set, that you do spoil them. I know that I did a little bit. So um because you just that's your first, so you excited about having a baby for the first time, and not to try to do it intentionally, but I know that it does come along with it. But after you done had a few, you learn, like, hey, if you want a sitter, you better not spoil them,
Right.
so they'll be able to go somewhere. He said, hey Natalie, he said, hey.
Mm-hmm.
And I think mine, when they were younger, they were able to, besides my girls, they were crybabies. I don't know why, but they were crybabies. But with the other ones, Jacob was friendly. RJ, he was friendly. So people were able to still, because I guess I kind of sort of raised them right. So they were able to go different places, and people didn't have a problem with watching them. So what are y'all thoughts?
You hit dead on the money because my first one was so spoiled, nobody wouldn't watch her. Cry baby for no reason. Nobody wouldn't watch her. The second one, which was almost 10 years later, she's a totally independent child. She didn't even really need watching like that. But me being one that have babysat uh, quite a few in my day, um, no. If I understand, we all love them to death, but I wouldn't babysit a crybaby that hollers just to get their way. And I mean, I believe all kids are beautiful, but
Hmm.
that would not stop me. You gotta teach them at home and start at home. They gotta know how. I wouldn't do it. My patience is too thin, and a lot of people out here are just teetotally disrespectful. Um, and it looked like the younger they are, they don't have a clue, let alone and wanting to be trying to tell you what you can and can't do, or they don't even chastise them or teach them anything. I think they got the cutest little thing going, but they ain't that cute that It's certain things that they just will not. I just wouldn't tolerate. Spitting, biting.
Yeah.
You're gonna learn the old school way. You bite me, I'm biting you back.
What?
Yes, yes.
Mm.
To me,
He
it,
said,
it depends. To me, it depends on the age. I love babies. I have all those grandkids, and I had four myself, and then I have like 23 grandbabies and about 8 or 9, 10 great. I love them all.
mhm.
So I have babysitted all of them, but you got to treat them differently. With grandkids, my son, he had women out. He had baby mamas, and then they had ways of wanting their kids treated. It wasn't bad. I'm not gonna say it was bad. I love watching kids. I used to help my daughter at the daycare. She had rules. They were good. They were good. That she taught those kids a lot. And then
Mhm.
when I go in, I distract it because I want to do it grandma's way.
Yeah.
But spoiling kids nowadays, I don't know. Kids are just so totally different
Yeah.
anymore.
They
They
totally
real
different.
grown. I mean, they too advanced.
Yeah.
Kids are so
Yeah.
advanced right now because they can talk, hold a whole conversation. I remember kids was 1 and 2. You can understand what they saying. Now you can understand everything they say. It's just so different. But I love kids. I will babysit them. Crying do get on my nerve, but I probably can deal with it. I can deal with it. I
Yeah.
wouldn't want no kids
Okay.
now.
We
I wouldn't want.
got
Yeah,
a
I
few
wouldn't want to.
comments.
Okay.
I know. I know I don't. So let me
No.
see. Eric said, and sometimes we want our kids to have more than what we had. So it's kind of hard not to spoil them when we're able to do it. That's true.
Mm-hmm.
Shannon said, my youngest was put out of daycare because he cried. I got lucky because my mother kept my children. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
back then we did have the parents that were able to do that to even
Yeah.
watch our kids. So I totally agree. Eric said a lot of times now parents stop parenting at about 16, and I think their kids can finish raising themselves. Unfortunately, that's not true. Yeah, that is
Uh,
true. You're
yeah,
right.
and
But
again,
they're,
my bad.
hmm, you said
No, I was
what?
gonna say, to piggyback on that is where a lot of them probably was younger having them. Then they're at 16, 17, they feel like they can do, but you ain't taught them nothing. You have not
Right.
taught them basic things that were literally somebody sat down and said to us, you're at the age you can go to parties. Even if you're not drinking, you drinking soda. Don't sit your drink down if nobody's there to watch it and come back and get it. Don't,
Hmm.
it's just certain things that you don't do. And then by not giving them the tools that they need, we as society have to deal with them, or they've been spoiled. They were the only, or they were the baby or the oldest, and they got their way on everything. Well, these kids was never, they never learned how to deal with being told no, or not being the first, or not having. So all they know to do is react. Then we
Yeah.
have to deal with them.
Well, nowadays, a lot of kids that are 9, 10, 11, depends on how many kids a person have. Nowadays, the oldest child is watching the babies, the
Yeah.
3 to 4.
Hmm.
The parents are putting the kids in the little kids are in charge of their kids while they go do what they want to do.
Yeah,
So a lot of times kids are not real nowadays kids are not as they are spoiled. It all depends on what environment they in. But in the not so rich areas, kids the parents are going out, they want the kids to babysit. So they don't have time to be spoiled. Kids
Yeah.
don't sometimes don't have time they don't have that advantage.
Right. Some of them have to grow up early
Yeah.
and be an adult.
Yeah.
Eric said you're right, but they're not as mature as we
Hmm.
were. Unfortunately,
Right.
they can do grown things, but they're definitely not mature, and they do not have common sense, unfortunately. And I say that's true. And I even give my example. Um, when my ex-husband had to go away and I had to take care of the kids by myself. Daycare was totally expensive, but they spent majority of the time at daycare because I had to work.
Hmm.
So when Jacob got old enough, I did leave him at home with the kids. I know it was a lot of responsibility. I know that a lot of times they probably did things that they shouldn't have done, but that was like my only resource because daycare was so expensive and I couldn't afford it.
Hmm.
And I did have to do that. I do regret it at times because I feel like they still needed that adult there to keep guiding them because he was not mature enough to be able to watch over three of his other siblings, even though he always been independent and know how to take care of himself. But it was just too much for him to be able to take care of the other three. It's not like when we grew up. You know, when we grew up, of course, our parents was able to leave us at home at 8. And we knew what we had to do. We had that structure. And we knew if we act up, if we went outside, whatever we did, we was gonna get our butts toe up.
Hmm.
It's totally different from then to now. And yeah, sometimes I regret it that I wish that they still had that structure because sometimes it makes it harder on me for them to listen. I'm glad half of them out the way, but still with the even with the young one, it makes it harder for her to listen to what I'm saying. It's like it's not she don't have that. I really don't want to say fear, but it is like a fear, which nowadays kids don't have with their parents anyway. So Shannon said I was kind of hard on my kids because I was single mother and I did not
Hmm.
want them to end up in the system. It paid off somewhat. Yeah,
Yeah.
Shannon, your kids are very, very independent and they're not bad children at all. They all
Hmm.
doing something with themselves. So yes. Yes, you were.
I was a single parent and I worked nights because I didn't want to pay daycare, and I didn't and then my mother helped me a lot, but I didn't want to put a lot of burden on her because she worked as well. So I always had worked nights until they were able to come home after school. Probably when Tim and Tisha got to that point where they were like 10 and 11, 12, about 11 or 12, well, 12 or 11 or 10. I trusted them to, it's how you raise your kids too.
Yeah.
And so I trusted them to go in the house and get the kids, the two youngest one together because they were only home would be about 30 to 40 minutes, get me there. So I wasn't like leaving them all the time to be, by themselves.
Right.
I was scared of the system. I didn't want my kids to get in trouble or I get in trouble for
Mhm.
leaving them like that. So when you're a single mother, don't regret that you had to do what you had to do. Now it would be different if you was at the club.
Right.
You had to go to work. So that's
Yeah.
a whole different avenue. That's a whole different chapter. So I had to work. I had to work 2 and 3 jobs to take care of mine. So it was plenty of times if it was times that they couldn't go over to my mother's house, they had to be responsible and
Mm-hmm.
take care of each other. But it wasn't like I was gone for a long period of time. If I knew I was gone for a long period of time, of course I'm going to take them over my mother's because I didn't want to get in trouble. So yeah, I nowadays they don't look at the CPS. They don't look at that.
Right.
It's all for their self. They selfish. Parents nowadays are selfish, and kids are raising their self. That's why you have so many teenagers getting killed. Kids
Yeah.
getting killed now, or little babies dying, or getting shot. you know, in the house. They're around drugs.
Yeah.
So it's totally different. But don't feel bad about being a single mother, raising your kids and doing the right thing.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah. Eric said what you were being a responsible adult. Yeah, I was. It's just
Mm-hmm.
it bothers me sometimes that I just wish it was a little bit different. I mean, it's different from when I most definitely came up. Most definitely. He said he watched his little sister. He knew better not to open up doors.
Mm-hmm.
He knew not to mess with matches and lighters again. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
exactly. I mean, that's why I said, we had that structure and coming up, we knew better. Like, you better not be doing this. You better not
Yeah,
do that because
exactly.
we was gonna get our butts towed down. Um, Shannon said, "Y'all right. These parents today are totally different, and it's heartbreaking. It sure is. It's very heartbreaking."
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And so, like I said, this is going to coincide with parents being their children's friends.
Ooh.
Um, and letting them run the streets late at night from ages 10 to 17. Um, and even parents that's out here fighting with their kids, going to schools and stuff, fighting with their kids. Um,
Mm-hmm.
just parents being friends. To me, I feel like I'm not my kids' friends. And I talk to them, I let them have leeway to say what they're gonna say, as long as they're not disrespectful. Um, I will let them do that, but I don't consider myself being their friend because I will still discipline them when it needs to be disciplined. Um, and I really don't care if they get mad at me or not because I'm still the parent at the end of the day. So that's just
Mm-hmm.
me. I do have a close relationship with all my kids. I know they want to talk, they could come to me, they could open up, they could talk about whatever. And that's the only thing. I know a lot of people be like, "Oh, they your friend." No, not in a sense. I wish it was. I wish I was my mama. Kind of, sort of, kind of, sort of. You know, she a little bit too strict, but kind of, sort of. I wish I was. I had her backbone that she when we came up, but I know that I'm able to open up and I'm able to have a conversation. That's just like with you, Natalie. I was able to come to you and talk to you about things as coming up as a child, a teenager, or whatever. And my kids, that's how I am. They are with me because they able to talk to me about things that's going on with them.
Mm-hmm.
So I know we do have a lot of parents that do act like their children are their friends. You have a lot of parents that compare or even try to compete with their
With the
children
children. Yeah.
and try to be young just as well with them. So my thing is, especially letting them run the streets late at night, you could see everything that's going on from the shootings. They out late, they killing people. What happened to the time where it was you hear on the radio, it's 11 o'clock. Do you know where your children are? What
Yeah.
happened to that? Like, why did the system get away from that and they're out here roaming the streets like it's okay? It's not.
Mm-hmm.
Like, y'all should be in the house at them ages anyway. Even when Jacob and RJ became 18 and older, you still had a curfew. Don't try to come in my house whenever you feel like it. That's not what is going to happen. So that is my stand on that, with them being out here running the streets. I'm so glad that my boys are not out here living this street life, or my
Mm.
girls too. I'm so glad that they're not out here living that street life because they already know the consequences. It's either you're going to be in the grave or you're going to be in jail, one or the other. So um, I just think it's sad, especially with them out here. Anybody got access to guns nowadays? They out
Mm-hmm.
here getting shot up or they shooting people. It just don't make sense to me.
It's
What y'all
sad.
think? What y'all think?
I think, well, like I had Shanita at a young age, so really we grew up together. We do have a special bond, but still, I think it might go back to the fact that um I had a mother and a father in the household.
Mhm.
So with certain things, rules that were just put in us that I put in her
Yeah.
now, and with all the from the youngest auntie all the way down to the youngest niece or nephew, they fell right in order. Y'all fell right in order. So the biggest gap was because you and Shanita was the only two girls, 3 years apart. So now I was lenient. I wasn't as strict on her as my parents was on me, but I know who you was with. You knew what was gonna happen if you
Mhm.
broke the rules. You gonna get these hands.
Yeah.
It ain't that, oh, she had me so messed up I couldn't. The devil's a lie. Yes, I can. And
Hmm.
and I would. And that was just that. It worked for me to have that fear of my parents knowing dang. And my number one thing was you better use your own mind. I don't care if Marsha, Teresa, and Dana and them is all talking about let's go do this.
Yeah.
What's gonna happen to me? Because if that means I'm gonna go home and get a whooping, I'll see y'all later. It's not
Yeah.
happening. You
Hmm.
have to, and I just taught it. Don't be afraid to be your person. Don't be, because if I get a call and I got to go up to the school because you was being a follower,
Yeah.
we ain't gonna really get off the school property before these hands start working. I'm just
Hmm.
gonna. That's just the truth. But now, same time, see, these kids is bad and doing their time of being a teenager. These these parents, and some of them was my age, they teaching them kids this ignorant stuff where people come to your house.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna tell you, I ain't evolved that much, even old as I am. See, because if you got a baby and they got a problem with minds and they're gonna come to my house, we dog walking them.
What?
We dog walking them. I'm gonna be out there with them too, cause you done came to my house. See, if it's my house, I don't want to pay the bills here, so I'm gonna give you what your mama should have gave you. Now, but I'm that one. My shoulders is big enough to bring what you got. What you got? You got cousin Ray Ray. I got Boo Boo. So what? I don't want to go that way, but if I'm pushed, that's what I'm gonna do.
Yeah. Hmm.
Now, and and just to be a
Yeah.
solid, use this first and foremost. But yeah, it's certain things you don't do, or you don't go to somebody's house. And then for what? I need to be. You got to be able to articulate to me what was it over. If it's cause somebody just don't like you, try to ignore them. But if you can't,
Yeah.
you got 2 seconds to decide what you gonna do. You gonna walk away or you gonna throw them hands. If you gonna throw them hands, throw them and don't stop. Ain't no
Hmm.
such thing as a one hitter. You six piece them and then six piece them again. I hate to say it like that, but that is the world we in. Just because you walk around and carrying a gun, the thing is you got to get to it. Yeah, it don't make sense that you have it and you can't get to it. Because if you
Yeah.
bullying me and I know you carry one,
Yeah. Well, they keep it on their hip. They wear it like it's a part of their outfit nowadays.
well, they better hope they don't get choked.
Mm.
The- I make some jokes kind of in there with it, but for real, yeah, But if it is, but I'm glad we have to be able to talk to them. See, I don't want to go have my kids not coming to me, going to somebody else.
Mhm.
Come get it from me. Hard now, it might be a little hard for me to give it to you because I ain't ready to give it to you, but
Yeah.
I'm gonna sit down and let's buckle this head on. I had friends ask me, when did you start talking to your kids about this? When did you start to, what you mean? It wasn't a certain age. I knew they was ready. We're going to have this conversation.
Right. Right.
That's kind of how I was. I had my kids young too. I had all four before 21. So I grew up with my kids. But at the end of the day, I still put my rules down. I checked
Yeah.
my kids' rooms. I turned mattresses over. I checked the closets. I did it all because, like I said, come raising them up in Hallville. But
Right.
you gotta, and I wasn't scared to have them out there, but I wanted them to be safe.
Yeah.
So, like Bissy was saying, it had been times where the kids come to the house to fight, the parents come, and I'm trying to, be cool about it, but you have parents that are ghetto. They come in your house with a cigarette lit and the beer can and all that. Then I have to get, vocal. Okay, you got to step back out of my house because we don't do that in here. So raising kids and being their friend, I can tell my kids I can be both. I can be your friend. I can be your mama.
Hmm.
But when I put on my mama draws, I'm your mama, but I'm gonna be your friend too because I want you to have that relationship with me.
Yeah.
So me and my kids are pretty cool, but I have some. Everybody got one or two in their family that got that little mouth or whatever. But I'm cool with my kids. I'm glad I did what I did. I talk to my kids like the streets would talk to them. I showed them. I raised them to be respectful. Get out here and do your thing. Do your thing, not nobody else's thing. Like my kids didn't get off on drugs or alcohol or anything like that because it wasn't in the home. So
Yeah.
being a parent is real hard. You got to have structure and you got to know what you want from your kids. I want like that guy said. I wanted my kids to have more than me.
Hmm.
So
Right.
yeah.
And I think that we all I kind of sort of I think that's like kind of what the problem is, especially today's age kids. We always want our kids to have more than us, and that's why half of them act the way they do now. Um, I could say it's coming up. We did want things, but we didn't ask for like the kids do now. They want
Hmm.
everything, everything.
Hmm.
So I could kind of see that we all want better for our kids. I just think that in the midst of that, it went down south. Maybe it's because we don't have that village that we used to have. We don't
Hmm.
have everybody watching the children like it used to be. Because now you get some parents that want to go off on the neighbors or why you talking crazy to my kids. The kids
Uh-huh.
say whatever and um they don't want to deal with none of that. So now it's just like you said, they basically raising themselves and
Mm.
they don't know what to do. So it's basically like they growing up ignorance and
Right.
and they don't know what to do. We got a few comments. Let me go back a little bit because I don't miss some stuff. Um, Eric said, but you don't necessarily feel like you're their friend. They're getting older now. So, which means you're all ladies, so know how to talk to one another the older they are. Yeah, that's true. And then Shannon said
Mhm.
now that her kids are adults, they open up more. They didn't when they were younger, and she hate that they didn't. Shannon, it was just probably just because you were a little bit stricter on your kids, and they probably didn't know how to come to you and open up with you. But it's good that they're able to now, and that they have that relationship because that's how it
Mhm.
was with my mother. I mean, even my auntie, but I still went to my auntie and talk to her about certain situations, because I was always with her and that was my bond. So I was able to talk to her more than I was with my mother too. I did talk to my mother. The older I got, I was able to talk to my mother, but that's how it was with me. So I know just coming up by you being a little bit stricter on your kids, yeah. They probably was like, I ain't about to agree to talk to her about nothing. When you get older, you just like, oh, I can say whatever now. So that's just all that is. And then I tell younger mothers not to be friends with their children, but make it easy for them to open up and talk to you. I didn't play with mine at all. Yeah, that's true. That's
Mhm.
true. Eric
But I
said, and they also know when their kids are doing ignorant things and they act like they're so innocent. Yeah,
Oh yeah.
they do.
now I
Hey,
talked to
AB. Hey, Makita. They ain't here now.
everybody that came to my house,
Makita
and
said,
a lot of times it was quite a few family and non-family members. We're gonna keep it straight
yeah,
100. I'm gonna talk to you like you mine. If you're at my house and you mess up, you're gonna catch that belt. You understand that you know the rules. Their parents knew the rules. You ain't got no problem. I had one little girl used to always ask me every week, can she come over? And I'm like, well, you got to follow the same rules that she. I know, but they wanted structure. Okay,
yeah.
cool.
A
They
lot of them
wanted
do.
structure.
Hmm.
And I'm like, okay, but if you over
Mhm.
here and you doing wrong, You doing wrong. My rule was you do wrong, everybody in the house get what, Kizzy?
Yeah, they got in trouble. Everybody got in trouble.
And in trouble was not just being hollered at. I,
No, it was
yeah,
not.
corporal punishment up in here.
Yes. Don't make me pull that paper back out saying everybody got to get up 6 o'clock in the morning, start cleaning again. But
Mm.
but yeah, that is so true. Makita
But
says
on
sometimes
the
us
flip
wanting our
side,
kids. Hold on, Natalie.
okay, I'm
Sometimes
sorry,
us
because we
wanting
ain't
our
been
kids to have more than us makes some of these kids grow up feeling entitled. That's true.
definitely, definitely. Now, I did reward. You earn your stuff after you get a certain name. It's the barter system. You know, the tender army is popping. You want to go? You
Yeah.
got to earn it. Why should I pay the babysitter when you're almost 10 years older than your sister? You got
Right.
to earn it. You want a new outfit? You got to earn it. I'm not just giving it to you. You got to earn it, baby. This is how it works in the real world.
Yeah.
Now, and I remember hearing older girls say, my kids are not going to have to be respectful. My kids are not going to have to say yes, sir, and no, ma'am. My kids are not going to. And I'm sitting up there wondering, well, why not? Because the bottom line in this world, you do catch more flies with honey than vinegar. And it's not coming at somebody with that. It's just coming at somebody with the same respect that you would like given to you.
Yeah.
So we teach that. Now a lot of the kids might didn't know that or wasn't taught, but when you come over here, this is what you see. Cause you my daughter friend. Don't come over here just going in my refrigerator. You done lost your mind.
Right.
You
Exactly.
ain't bought no food. You ain't put nothing in here. I
Mm-hmm.
want you to have maybe you'd be able to have some more than maybe what I had. But I owe you nothing. And then, sometimes we do
Thanks,
have to
Jay.
deal with that with our kids. When you get to thinking that it's supposed to be yours just because, then I'm
Yeah.
about to pull the rug out on you. I believe it's okay to spoil to a degree, but when you become a butt with it, I'm about to take it back. I'm about to show you. Because in the real world, I'm about to show you. We don't
Yeah.
I don't owe you this. There's a thing. I don't owe it to you. And I hear people in my business come in and say, my mother's tripping out. They just say, you in your mother's house with one baby, you ain't graduated, and you're about to have another one. Her rules is her rules. Just because you 18 and know how to make a baby, you don't run nothing. You will get ran up out of there. And now, that's just sad. No.
Yeah. I mean, that's even like with Kimora friends. When she on the phone with her friends and I hear them cussing, I let them know, like, hey, don't do all that cussing around me. I
Mm-hmm.
don't care. And they be like, oh, I'm
Well,
sorry. I'm sorry.
kids nowadays don't have no respect.
No, they
Even
don't.
where I go get my hair braided, um, no respect. I and smoking weed, talking about the drinking,
Mhm.
and she's older. She's over 18, but still, I about raised you. You see
Yeah.
what I'm saying? So while
Yeah.
you braid my hair, I got to inhale the marijuana. I gotta all that. Then the kids that are running around who hang out with her is smoking too. Like
Mhm.
about go to 101, school 101. They smoking too. Or go she'll tell them, go roll up. And then the mother comes in and it's okay. I would never let my kids be that disrespectful.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying where it comes in where these kids now, even 18, 19, nobody has no respect for the elder no more. It is what it is.
That's
So
because they're not
that's
being
where it
taught.
comes. Yeah, that's where it comes in where your parent is being your friend. Because
Yeah.
as you a mother and you allowing your child to act like that in your apartment, you know
Hmm.
what I mean? That is so I couldn't because the thing about it is if the little girl's mother found out that she's over there smoking weed, drinking, whatever, that could be a problem. You
Yeah.
see what I'm saying? She
Right.
could get arrested for having a minor in her house smoking. But that's what I'm saying. These parents nowadays are so busy getting the BBLs, the mommy body, whatever, mama's body, where they get that thing done and all that so they can go out and get caught, get them a man or whatever. And so the little girls are growing up to be just like them. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? There's no way on God's earth I would have raised my kids like that.
Mm-hmm.
Respect, respect, respect. Because you got to go
Yeah.
out here in this world and get a job. If you don't have that, you don't have nothing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you got to have a conversation with them, ask them where they see themselves in 5 years or what it is
Shit.
that they want to do.
Nowhere.
What it is that they want to do. I'm backing you 100%. If you're going to do something and
Mm-hmm.
you get out of school and get this degree, you decide you want to go get that degree, that's good. But guess what? I don't owe it to you to keep your baby if you got a baby every weekend. That ain't my job. Call me
Yeah.
what you want to. That is not my job. I do not owe it to you. Once you're grown, you're an adult, you're working. When you know, if you think you ain't ready on be in my house playing with me, you got another thing coming. I'll make it real hard for you. But
Yeah.
you're grown and you come to me, you better come to me straight. If you come to me and say, Mama, can you give me X, Y, and Z? You better ask for a gift. Don't come to me talking about loan me some money. Then you don't never pay my money. I ain't lying. We might get to fight. I'll be that
She
one that
like to
I'm just
fight.
gonna tell the
She's
truth.
very
I'm gonna put
violent,
my
isn't
hands on you. I'm gonna put my hands on you. Then I'm gonna say, don't ever come in my see you didn't have to come in my face no more. Now, if you want
Okay.
to borrow and we talking about you gonna pay me back, yeah,
Mm-hmm.
sure. But don't play with me.
So you ain't to be played with. Yeah,
I'm
AB,
not
she
that
get a
woman.
contact every time she get her braids done.
Who said that?
You know.
AB said, not you getting a contact. I said, yeah, you
I
get one every
probably
time you
do
get your
because
braids.
I start feeling kind of woozy. You know what I mean? I do. I be like, what the? But it's and that's why I was telling my daughter now. I'm like, there's no respect. But I like how she do my hair though, and it's
Yeah.
reasonable. But
Yeah.
my thing is the respect, man. It's like, and I don't want to tell somebody in their own home what they need to do
Yeah.
or how they need to act. You know what I mean? And then I do say this though when they start rolling up. They say I gotta get the wood, and I don't even know what the wood is, and I'm an addiction counselor. I
Uh-huh.
gotta get the wood, and then they get the wood, and she say roll up. I said shit. Now don't. I mean, shoot, don't get high while you doing my hair. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? So
Right.
it's because it's altering your brain. I don't get it no more. And I don't. I remember when I worked at the prison, and the men used to walk around with the pants down and the little underwear showing, and the guards used to say, "You know what that mean, don't you?" I said, "Yeah, I heard." So I used to tell my grandkids, "Don't come in here with your pants down like that, sitting on my couch. Pull it up,
Mm-hmm.
put a belt on, or
Yeah.
whatever." So that's we still as older people, seasoned people, we still got to try to get out here and help them because
Yeah.
right now
Yeah.
it's bad. They need some mentors. They need
Most
some
definitely.
parents.
I don't
Listen,
mind
You
me
you
being
gotta
the
have
one they
the
come to. Man, me and you on time, yeah. I'm not mad. I don't mind for them to come over, even if they got their friends and say, "No, we can't do this over here. No, put that. No, not over here. She ain't.
mhm,
She ain't that kind of cool. No.
right.
right.
Well,
Yeah.
when I took Riri dress to get altered, for the prom for
Mm-hmm.
Saturday, the lady who's doing the alteration, she said, "Oh," and Riri put her dress on to, so it can get sized. The lady said, "Oh, everything is covered up." I said, "What do you mean?" She said, that people." She said, "I did little girls' dresses, and the hips was out, the poo poo was out, the breast was out." I
Mm-hmm.
said, "No," and she said, "Then one mother wanted her to cut the dress up some more to
Yeah,
show more."
they do. I
Yeah.
seen them at prom. I seen them all boobs all hanging out, and I said, "Oh, okay,
Hmm.
this is what we doing."
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, this. I mean, that's how it is nowadays. You got to show a bunch of skin. Now,
Hmm.
you show like a little bit of thigh.
Yeah, I had another motherfucker ask me about them.
It's my okay. My stuff is acting up. Okay, okay. So we're gonna move on to the next topic.
Okay.
So
What?
the next topic is who's talking? Who's talking?
Hey, hey, you cussing and we can hear you.
Okay. Okay. So the next topic. Is private always better?
Uh,
And what I mean by that is, would you post your companion or your spouse on social media? It was a post with men talking about, a lot of them said they prefer to leave their woman private. A lot of the women did not even want to be posted on social media. Um, would you post your spouse or your companion on social media?
I
My
do.
thoughts is, I mean, I guess it just depends. I guess it just depends on a person, on how they feel about it. I guess with me, I kind of understand what the men are saying, and some of the women, because they're not really, don't want to be exposed like that on social media or whatever. Um so I kind of understand that. Even like with your kids, I know I do post my kids. I will say that I do post my kids on there. um but if it came down to my spouse or whatever, or if I was ever in a new relationship, I don't know. It just depends. But you can't let social media dictate what goes on in your life. It just depends on what you do with it, though. So a lot of people say social media breaks up their household or whatever. Um, but it's not social media; it's what you allow. So
Yeah. Marsha, you want to take that one or should I?
I put me and my friend on Facebook, social media, and I just like the people to see our outfits and this, that, and all the other. But when my husband, he used to be like social media, and then he got cute, and he used to say, "Don't put me on Facebook." I said, "Why? Because you're women." You know what I mean?
mm,
He
Mm-hmm.
didn't want to be exposed like that. So sometimes, but some people are real. They change their names. I know people on Facebook got different names. They hardly don't expose their face and whatever. But I respect that. Now, if he was to say, "No, don't put that on Facebook. Don't put that on social media," I won't do it. But
yeah,
9 out of 10, I'm gonna do it. I mean, if he don't say not to.
yeah,
So, and then by him saying used to play that little sneaky game, sometimes you make you go, what you doing? You hiding from somebody or something like that. So it's reason. I like social media because I find out who's getting married, who's dying, who's this, who's that. So I like Facebook. I like social media.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So I have no problem with it.
And you don't mind seeing couples on there.
My
Nope.
thing
I
is this.
love it.
My thing is get this, and there's certain things. Some people are more in tune than others. It's some telltale sign. If you out here on this tomfoolery, but for me, I would use that to say who you hiding from.
See?
Because if that's what you own, see, because if I'm gonna date you or something like that, I don't see why I should have to hide. Now, unless you got other entanglements or things going on out there that I'm not aware of. Well, the
Mm-hmm.
number what old as I am now, and I would look and say, "But this old fool got games." If something don't seem right, cut it off at the head. Something ain't right. It ain't adding up. The math ain't math, and that's what they say. The math ain't math. Cut it off
Yeah,
at the head. So, if who are you? I'm a grown, elderly woman of a certain age. If I'm just dating you, I'm just dating you. You're not my significant other, but we're friends and we're dating. I wouldn't care if you put my post up with that because I don't owe nobody no explanation. I'm grown, taking care of me. I am just dating. I am not in a monogamous relationship with somebody. But I'm not gonna be posting all my different friends every other week make it look like I might be, one of them. But
the
I'm
lady of
open
the
to post what
streets.
I feel like. I'm
Mhm.
open to what I feel like, and just because this is my friend, I done lived here in this city my whole life. I know oodles and noodles and oodles of people, and I have just as many relatives. So if there's somebody out there that take that to mean something then other than what it is, I don't care. I honestly don't care, but I ain't had. But you can, if you're a person that is in tune, you know the difference. You know
Mm-hmm.
the difference, and you know if it's on some bull, or people give people, I'm private about mine. 9 times out of 10, you on some bull. We ain't, stay private over there. If you,
Right.
we come to me straight. Come to me straight.
Yeah. So the people in the audience, Abandoned Boys said no.
Fucking with it.
Can you kind of elaborate on that, Abandoned Boys? Why wouldn't you post your spouse or significant other? But I mean, like I said, to each his own. It just depends. Now, like you said, some of it they might have an agenda behind it because they don't want somebody else to see what they got on there. But I mean, but still at the end of the day, you got some that do got others and they don't care about posting nothing. Long as you know what they got at home. So it just depends. But I mean,
Yeah.
I know because even like with my brother don't have no type of social media. I think the only thing he do get on is YouTube or TikTok just to watch stuff, but he don't like to be posted on social media at all. Not really. I mean, like if his wife decided to post a picture or something, that's fine, but he's not one that really cares about being posted on social media. Okay, Abandoned Boy says he's a private pest. Okay, I understand that. So, so yeah, so that's it. That's my opinion about that one. Um, okay, so last question, ladies. What's worse, being cheated on or never knowing that you were cheated on? If that makes sense to y'all.
Say that again.
What's worse, being cheated on or never knowing that you were cheated on?
Shoot, you know you're getting cheated on.
You should.
I don't know why women try to play blind to that one, because because men don't know how to cheat. They get they get too comfortable,
Mhm.
and then they mess up.
Yeah, this is for both ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, yeah,
Abandoned Boy says everybody don't need to know his business, which I mean that's understand. Like
yeah.
you're a private guy, that's what it is. Um, I would say 9 times out of 10, a lot of women do know. Um,
Hmm.
I don't. I mean, I feel like it's basically the same thing. I don't feel like not knowing is worse because when you find out that you cheated on, it's the same reaction to me.
Yeah,
That now the thing of it is me not knowing that I was cheated on, but me knowing that others knew and they didn't say nothing to me about it. That would kill me, but
hmm,
I feel like it's still the same thing. Um,
hmm,
in my
I,
eyes,
I,
I feel like it's the same thing. So
I'm with Marcia. For me, uh, anybody that know it, I want you to tell me. If you know it, and it ain't hit me yet.
yeah.
Yeah, I want to know. Now, once you tell me, it's for me to do with it what I'm gonna do.
Mm.
But you don't. Maybe I would say maybe. But this is when I was older. Now I'm so seasoned. I mean, it's. I I'm at a place I don't want to play that game. So you next move. You ain't got to don't.
but sometimes when I have had friends where I have kind of not told, but it's been times I have told, and our friendship leave. They stop calling because what they do is they go tell the man who told them. You know
Mm-hmm.
what I
Yeah.
mean? And then
Yeah.
the man turns them against me.
Yeah,
Hmm.
because
So
she gonna stay with him.
exactly,
Yeah.
because she gonna stay with him anyway. So
Yeah.
I learned, I burnt that. I don't tell no, I don't say nothing
Well,
because I kind of just back away and stop calling, or because I don't want to be in that situation, because these women, they love those men, so they're not gonna. He gonna blame it. The first word he gonna say is she jealous of our
Yeah.
relationship
mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
or something like
But
that.
but that goes that goes both ways too,
Go
because
both
I've
ways. It
known
go both ways.
men that takes it out when somebody let them know what happened. They the same way,
Mm-hmm.
and they want to
Yeah,
take it out on the person as well. So it just,
yeah.
I think it just depends on the person or who you actually dealing with when you go to them and let them
Mm-hmm.
know. You can't go to everybody and let them know, like, hey,
Exactly.
you
Exactly.
you
I
cannot do that.
um you might, yeah. Sometimes then it depends. If somebody I really know I care about, I might subtly
Mm-hmm.
tell them you need to check your traps. You need to check some ain't the cornbread ain't mixing right. But
Mm-hmm.
Marsha, we done known each other long as we have. I don't care who it is. Tell me.
I am.
Tell me. And that's just that.
Yeah,
But
and
but
you tell
nine
me.
times
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what happened to her phone. Oh, there
dealt
she go.
with. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay, anybody that you done dealt with for some kind of bit of time, your gut will tell you. Now, whether you pay attention to it or not, and this is being a man or a woman, your gut will tell you, and certain telltale signs will pop up 9 times out of 10. I'm gonna agree with you. A woman, if she's to the point where she's gonna do that, she's good at doing it. It might take a brother a minute to figure it out, but what 9 times out of 10, if he sit back and think about it, he gonna figure out why. It was something you was not attentive, you didn't pay attention, or you thought you had it on lock. Something gonna be why. Because most of the time, women, by the time they get to that point, unless they just it's just in them, by the time they get to that point to do it, they don't love you no more anyway. You done killed that. But
Mm-hmm.
so you gotta be able to be honest with yourself first and foremost. Now, if you know and you say, "Well, forget it, I'm tired. I'm just gonna stay with him. He do what he want to do, whatever." That's your choice. That's a lot of people
Mm-hmm.
do that, but uh, I want
You take
anybody,
both.
huh?
I was looking at the Pacer game. Go ahead.
Oh, yeah. Tell, tell me, but somebody I'm not really sure about. I don't know if I would tell them because I'm just trying to tell you, open your eyes. I don't want you to go home and you go kill somebody because you think that because they playing you left. You got to look at what you done.
Men are the ones who can't. Now, I'm not bashing men, but men can't take what they dish out.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because when a man cheat and it's cool, but if a woman cheat, they done with us.
Mm-hmm,
We gave
mm-hmm,
away the goodies. Ah, it ain't no good no more.
mm-hmm.
But like I said, it go both ways because I know women who feel the same way too. That one time is the only time that you're gonna do that. I would want to know though. I would
Yeah,
want to know. But 9 out of 10, I'm when I'm in a relationship, I'm like a detective. You know what I mean? I
Mm-hmm.
watch
yeah,
everything you do. If you start changing on me, changing what time you come, your conversation, how we huddle, how we cuddle, all that, I'm gonna pay attention to it. When you
right,
start changing, I'm gonna start changing. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna back away because I'm not gonna keep stepping into it and then get embarrassed or feel like a fool. So and that goes to society now too. You
yeah,
know, it's women are so thirsty. We already had that one,
yeah,
and men, and it's so no respect. So when they somebody get in your ear, you thinking it's all good, you know what I mean? But it don't be, and then you get messed up. You want to come back? No, ain't no coming back. So yeah,
right.
cheating is mm-mm. Nope,
Yeah,
can't
that's
do it.
true. Makita said yes. Most of the time, women and men know and are in denial.
I'm
That's true. I feel like they don't want to see that side
Marsha.
or
Can
even
can you
believe
hear
it.
her?
Mm-hmm.
Can you hear me? You
Oh,
can't hear me. She can't hear me.
Can you hear bit? Can you hear
no,
Kizzy?
no. I can hear you, but I don't hear her. Okay.
Your phone. Try to go back out and come back in again because your phone went blank for a minute. I think somebody tried to call you. Tell her
I
to
don't
go
know
out and
what
come back
happened
in.
there,
He
but
said, "Go." Can you hear her now?
no.
She said, "Go out and come back in." Did somebody try to call you?
That was a minute ago. Yeah.
Oh, well, that's what happened. Go
That,
back out and come back in. Go Pacers. Woo! They killed him.
Yeah, as I was saying that I feel like they do be in denial at times, and they don't even want to even face the fact that this is what's happening to them. So I
Mm-hmm.
do know that so that's why a lot of them don't even want to believe that they, that their spouse or whatever is cheating on them or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Abandoned Boy said, "Once you give up my goods away, I'm done." Yeah.
See? Yeah.
Yeah, he said we definitely can't take what we dish out. That's
Yes,
true.
that's true.
That is true. Let me see. Let me add her. Natalie,
yes,
can
ma'am.
you hear me? Okay.
Good and clear.
Um,
Yes, ma'am.
yeah, that's true. I mean, women need to be more like that. We give more chances than just that one.
Allowed.
I know with
Mm-hmm.
men they like, you cheat on me, I'm done. It's a wrap.
It's a wrap.
Like, and
Mm-hmm.
women need to be more like that, but we're not. We're more,
Mm-hmm.
okay, I'm gonna forgive them. I'm gonna keep trying to make this thing work,
Mm,
and that's just what it is at the end of the day. They're gonna try to make it work at the end of the day. But I have a friend. She was in a relationship for a long time. She even got kids by this individual. And they were together for so long. And he was living a double life. She never knew, had no clue. She couldn't puzzle herself of realizing that he was living this other life.
Mm.
And then it was like all of a sudden he broke up with her. He ended up marrying the other girl.
mm,
And
Yeah.
she was distraught, like, because she explained the story to me, and I was like, "You never had a clue?" She said, "No, he was always there. They always did stuff together. She never knew." Now, I don't know if she even had a thought that, okay, maybe he's out doing something, but she said no, he was always there. And she did not even think that he was out cheating with somebody else
Mm.
all that time. All that time.
mm, mm.
And I think she had two kids by him, maybe three at the time. And
Mm.
yeah, she said she never had a clue at all that that happened. So I think maybe some men is good, real good at hiding it well.
What it was, he made her feel real comfortable and content.
No, what he
Or
did,
he
he
may have been
he
he
had,
just good at it. He been doing it for a while.
no, he had that other woman. The other woman knew about the other woman.
Yeah,
The other
she had
woman
to.
played
Yeah.
the game right along with him. And he chose her because she was silent. She went along with him. His wife probably was the one that kept him on his toes, and he couldn't get away with nothing. But the other side piece did everything he wanted and was quiet, never said a word. So he felt she's more loyal to him than his wife was.
Well,
Trust me,
she wasn't his wife. She was,
his
they were
girlfriend.
dating.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
they were dating
yeah,
and had kids together.
yeah, but
But
she still felt by her having those kids that they were one. You know what I
yeah,
mean? And
yeah.
she was entitled, and she had them locked, sealed, and delivered. You know, but
Mm-hmm.
no, the other woman was quiet and went along with everything he said. Oh, I don't want her. She don't cook. She don't clean. The house nasty. The kids this, da 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 da. So the side piece was giving him everything he wanted, and she was
Yeah,
more loyal to him than the other woman was, the girlfriend. Because sometimes that happens.
yeah. That's crazy. Makita said, and he's going to turn around and do the same thing to the side
Mm-hmm.
piece after
Yeah.
a while.
That's
Yeah,
I
it.
mean,
Done deal.
yeah.
yeah. I don't never know what happened with that situation because this was like years ago when I was still working at Wisher. So I'm not sure whatever happened with that situation. But
Mm.
that's the conversation for tonight, ladies. We done did our hour. Um, I'd like to thank everybody for coming in. Please hit the like button, subscribe if you have not subscribed, and please share the video out. Um, to anyone that you know, your friends, family members, somebody. But I like to thank Miss Marshalline and Miss Natalie for joining me again tonight,
Mm-hmm.
um,
Anytime.
and to talk about the different topics we talked about today. And I hope somebody learned something from this. Stop spoiling these kids and stop being their friends to a certain extent. But anyway, so y'all have a good night, and
All
we will
right.
see y'all back Tuesday, 8 o'clock.
All right.
All
Have
right.
a good one.
Have a good
Peace.
one. Bye bye.
Bye
Peace.
bye.